tumetawala, wametugawanya.
Politics is not what you see inside a ballot box. Politics is how underperforming leaders use the ballot box to win the election. Our corrupt leaders won't face jail time, but the free airtime bonus can get a blogger arrested. Mr. Minister, stealing money to build 5 stars. Could he be a star and build a public cancer facility?
Tumechoka kuibiwa, tumechoka kuingizwa, tumechoka kupewa ahadi, kunyimwa miradi. Wananchi tunang'ang'ana, kila siku tunapambana, na tumechoka. Wananchi tunang'ang'ana, kila siku tunapambana. Walking nation tangu 63, zaidi ya 40 million voices.
Tuna make wrong choices. I wonder kama Turkana kuna bar, kama iko ni moja nitwa balanja. Sunday best hustler pajama kwa mtoi wa prezi. Mifuko za waheshimiwa ni kama amboseli zimejaa na mandovu. Mifuko za wananchi ni kama kile mheshimiwa zinaga.
Thank you so much. We are sorry for what happened. Cyprian, you can mute. Cyprian, mute the music. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, guys, and we are sorry for what has happened. There was maybe a technical hitch. The space dropped, and we were continuing to speak. So, with our policy of each and everyone here is being allowed to speak, I'm giving this chance to Daktari. I'm seeing someone with the name Doctor. Someone here. Proceed, Doctor. Ramadhani, that is. Proceed.
Good evening, everyone. Hope mnanisikia.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. One thing that I wanted to say is that it's high time that this country, when we move forward, you don't go back again. Politicians have been investing in our power of forgetting things. We talk about something, we complain for 2 days. Once it's forgotten, that is it. The way forward, it is us to march forward. And the way, there's a time that President said that he's slow. I think he said that he's a scientist and he's slow. I have to say that is true. The guy is very slow. The reason why I'm telling you this is you cannot be a deputy president for 10 years and you don't know how to lead the country. The guy was always on top of vehicles, campaigning and thinking that Uhuru wasn't governing this state well. He has taken the power. It's nearly 2 years. We are already on the streets. Why? Because he thought the policies are that easy. Secondly, the guy thinks that the whole country is stupid. And where I've seen these guys are looting money from is the Ministry of Transport. That's why the guy decided to remove Kipchumba and bring Chirchir. That is where money is being looted. And it is high time that we forget this stupidity. How can someone just remove a governor aspirant and replace with the deputy? Remove a PS, a CS, and replace with his an assistant. That just shows that the guy is just taking us for a ride. The thing is that let us not at all try to move back. Let us march forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. Then, Keith, you can speak.
Okay. Habari yenu wote, of which nasema thanks kwa
Watu ni
Mike.
wengi.
Yeah, thanks kwa Mike. So kitu ya kwanza naweza sema Nyakundi, thanks kwa hii space cause kupata space pia ni ngumu sana. Kupata mic kwa space, it is very hard outside here, but you make it like to be like to each and every member, it is like a random thing. So nitaongea vitu chache tu kwa ajili okay, for now mtu akiuliza saizi of which tunaenda streets kwa nini, hakuna swali kama hiyo saizi. In the morning tulikuwa na that diversion kidogo of which I saw it ikiendelea pale space wapi but it is better for now, at least tuna speak in unity na tunajua like ni JKIA na ni JKIA ndo tunaenda, of which imekuwa poa sana, of which tunaona tukiendelea hivi at least sasa Ruto ataona kuna kitu tunafanya. Kitu ya kwanza huyu jamaa ametuweka chini sana, cause tumemwambia fanya hii, ameenda amekaa chini na wale watu wenye ako na akili zao, wale wanamsurround pale akili mbovu, wamekuja hapo wamemwambia okay umewaweza. Amerudi pale kwa kanisa, after kanisa amekuja ameongelesha watu matope sana, of which unaona ni kama anaona sisi where do we belong, kwani sisi tumezaliwa wapi? Hiyo country si ya mtu mmoja, hii country ni yetu wote. So hiyo statement yenye alimake huko after kwenda kwa kanisa, hata I don't know which church can host this guy, and then guy kama huyu anakuja kwa streets alafu anaongelesha watu matope hivyo. So we going out, nafaa tumuonyeshe si ndio tulimweka pale na tunaweza mtoa pale, na hatuendi huko kumtoa kabisa kwa ajili tunataka good governance. Niyo governance ndio tunataka. Hatuwezi kuambia dissolve parliament, wewe unaenda na dissolve alafu unakuja unafanya shuffle. Unatuleteaje tena chirchir hapa kwa cabinet? Kwani sisi ni wajinga ama ni nini? Hatujui chenye tunataka, ama unalipa watu kidogo alafu unaona like okay you can manage the state. Hatutalao hiyo. So majamaa tutoke mapema vile watu venye watu wanaraukanga mapema anaenda stadium. Adono kulikuwa na time nyingine watu waliambiwa sijui watenda stadium na watapewa a short course each and every person. Watu wakacamp stadium. Adono mkaongeleshwa, watu waliongeleshwa nini? The same thing ndinafaa tuamke kesho na mapema, tuende huko tuonyeshe huyu jamaa, hata kama uko Nairobi, uko wapi, Kisii, Kakamega, Migori, wapi, toka nje, fight for your life, fight for the next generation. So niyo tu naweza sema, tutoke majamaa. Thanks Nyakundi.
Thank you so much. I can give Mwok. Your hand is up. Proceed.
Thank you so much, Milton. Thank you, Cyprian Nyakundi, for the platform. Just to contribute, I have just a few lines to make. My concern is only with how things are running so fast, and how the government are trying to play the cat and mouse game in this. And we realized that immediately when there was occupancy in the parliament, they sat down very quickly and they sent MPs home for recess. And today they are back. And the first thing the Wetangula is telling us is that they are going to have chance for them to table the finance bill back for the MPs to vote. So this definitely mean that there was some time lapse they wanted to create to make people feel, to make people tired, to make people slow down on whatever they were trying to look, and maybe to bring some mixed reactions to see on how to deal with the public, with the Gen Zs. And right now it is like they are getting back to the default set of their way of doing things. And looking at some of the few member of parliaments in certain rallies, you see they are very determined, and they say, and like I had Osoro of Mugirango telling us that given chance, they are still going to vote yes for that document. And even MP Wamolo, that is John, also said that they are not going to relent in that document. When the document is brought back to the House, they are ready to vote it yes. So the government is not serious about what they are doing. Ruto is not even serious. Is like he squandered the chance that he was given. So I see we are planning to occupy the JKIA tomorrow. And I think the government should not sell people fear, and the people should not fear about what the government is likely to do. It is a movement, it is a revolution, it is something that you have to execute, because whether you execute it or not, the casualties are already there, and we shall have so many casualties given time. If we fail to get Ruto out of that office, the entire system, then casualties will be something that people will not imagine of. So I would suggest people should have a strategy of reoccupying the parliament completely and send the MPs home. They should ensure that there is no MP sitting back. There is no business in that house until we have new members, because these members are people who are both left, right, and center, and they will dance in the tune of our president, that is Ruto. So the best way we send Ruto home, we need to send MPs home first. Once the MPs are sent home, then Ruto will also follow. That's what I just wanted to put across. Thanks, Milton.
Thank you so much, Mook. I beg to differ with you because I don't think our focus now is not on Parliament. Our focus is on the main man. Yeah, we shouldn't lose focus. We were already done with Parliament. We were already done with the MPs. That was a done thing. There's nothing else you're going to do at Parliament. Story yao iliisha. Story yao ma parliamentarian. The story of MPs iliisha. Yeah, they're already like occupying the judiciary, occupying Parliament. Sorted those guys out. So thank you so much. Shikuku.
Thank you so much, Milton, for and Cyprian for the chance. I hope I'm audible. So, what I would like to say, as we are going out tomorrow to occupy the JKIA and to deliver our message once again, I would like to say that since we started this movement, there has been there was our message mainly was that we want the good governance, we want no corruption, and this message has fallen on deaf ears because Ruto has shown time and time again, and the political class, that they are not listening to what we are saying to them. So going forward, our movement, with this movement, we should start thinking of ways of organizing ourselves much better and going in there and taking the bull by the horns. Because how do we take the bull by the horns? First, we get rid of Ruto, he goes away. And then next, we start looking on how we can get our people into those positions. Because we have to get in there to do the change that we want. These guys are showing that they don't want the change that we are telling them to make. So it's up to us to take the honors on ourselves to go in there and take this, the millennials, the Gen Zs, 2027 is not far away, or even if it comes much earlier, we must get ready now to go in there ourselves. These guys are not going to do it, and that's why right now, as we have baked this cake, we have pushed for good governance, and they are making some adjustments. You can see some old salamanders like Kina Joho, Kina Paranya, positioning themselves to eat this cake that we have baked. It's we who have died in the streets. None of them was talking about these issues. None of them has none of them has done anything for this movement, and now they want to reap. You can see Mbadi, all these these guys. They want to eat this cake. We should say no. And if we want them not to eat this cake, we should be there. Because if we don't, then politicians will always be politicians. And when they see a gap, they will take it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Francis Gaido. Go ahead.
Testing, can you hear me?
Proceed.
Okay, thank you very much, Milton and Cyprian, for hosting me and this beautiful space. Mine is just about tomorrow and talking about the weaknesses. We always analyze. The problem is we've been moving forward, repeating the same mistakes and not analyzing our weaknesses. Our weaknesses has been, we've been going home. I wonder why you've been going home as if the job is done. Once you get like June 25th, it was a full house in Nairobi CBD. After our comrades stormed parliament, you were supposed to stay there and safeguard the revolution, to safeguard the gains. Whoever convinced you to go home was the hidden hand, was the hidden underminer, was the hidden can we call them sellouts who convinced you to go home. So that is the thing. If you're leaving your house tomorrow, if you're participating in this noble activity, then you must be prepared to go the whole 9 years. You must be prepared to finish the job, to finish kumalo. You must be prepared to do what our ancestors set out to do, but they didn't have the tools to communicate. We now are blessed to have the technology so that we can be leaderless. We don't have to rely on one person. So I don't understand how one person can convince an entire mob to leave a staging area for a revolution and go home. So if it is you who is preparing to go tomorrow, wherever you will be, I may not like, if we have said occupy JKI, if we have said occupy Mombasa Road, wherever you will be, it's not your duty to go home and abandon the cause, because that's just the beginning. You are the revolution is just but one component. The last speaker spoke about now what next. We have all these aging warlords like Raila Odinga, Oburu Odinga, we have Mbadi. These guys, all of them are opportunists waiting to cash in on where they did not reap. Shameless opportunists, shameless profiteers. They have earned from the sweat of Kenyans every electoral cycle while engaging in these phantom agreements called handshakes. So John Bardi and Co, we are warning you that if you continue making those inflammatory statements, we are going to come for you, John Bardi. Can you shut up? We don't want to hear your comments. Then if we are talking about JKIA, there is a press statement that has just been released by the Inspector General acting. He's talking about it's a protected. No. Those are stories. The protected areas are the military installations. They are what the military is not supposed to be outside tomorrow. So they're trying to sell you fear. The propagandists are overworking because this is a significant moment in the history of Kenya. Let's embrace it. It was never meant to be easy, but the fact that we delayed from June 25th, I had done a tweet that prior to June 25th, there were only 2 casualties. It was Rex Masai and one other protester. Then after June 25th, then the casualties escalated. Why? Because when you went to your estates, when you went to Githurai and Rongai and where, the police came after you there. So your going home is not a guarantee of your safety, as had been promoted by the propagandists. I will not shy to name them. That is Boniface Mwangi. That is Caliph Cairo. Everyone who discouraged you from going to State House, from occupying CBD, anyone who might have discouraged you or even pushed you to go home, did not achieve their intended objective, or so they claimed, that it was all about safety and security. No. So tomorrow, where you walk around in groups, as a previous speaker had spoken about policemen in civilians, if you see any, don't allow your comrades to be picked up by policemen in civilians. Don't allow, because it is illegal. Every police who is assigned for the protest has to be in uniform. So make sure that you don't allow any of your comrades to be picked up or to be arrested or to be held. So move in crowds. We have safety stewards for the goons. Jomo Kenyatta, first of all, for me, it seems like a very strategic idea, because this government does not care about locals, does not care about its own citizens, the people who pay the taxes of the very police who are tear gassing, shooting and killing us. So what do? Let's go to where Muzungus are. And where is it? It's the airport. Tomorrow probably there'll be senior diplomats landing. So there you are guaranteed that the cops will not shoot aimlessly. They will trigger happy policemen who love just firing at any target, may be asked to exercise restraint. Because why? Because they are Muzungus. So it is the best place, because these guys care about Muzungus than us. If they are Kenyans in diaspora, all of you are supposed to be marching to your respective embassies. The ones in the United States of America, you're supposed to be marching to the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank. Those are the institutions that have underwritten, they have bankrolled our misery, they have bankrolled our oppression. So we must go there in a peaceful manner and submit our memorandums and protest and picket. So I am very motivated to see that there were people who are there today, but I am also disappointed to see that they have gone home. If it was a preamble, if it was a curtain raiser, they should have stayed there and wait for the others to join. So I don't understand with Gen Zs and the protesters, what's this obsession to go home early? I need to understand the psychology behind going home, that at 5 you're tired. At 5 we should be having another consignment of protesters coming to replace perhaps those who are going for a night shift or something. I need to understand the psychology, because we will never reach, and somebody has just suggested over there that maybe we need to storm parliament, but I think right now parliament has been overtaken by events. We could storm there if they embark on shenanigans like approving the CSs who are renamed the deadbeats, the spent cartridges who are renamed by William Ruto the other day, who are reappointed, and even the thugs who have sneaked in there, their names have been sneaked in there. So if tomorrow is to be successful, then you must go with the mindset that you're not going to go back home. That is all I wanted to say. I think that was the most important thing that was coming from me. Thank you very much for allowing me to speak today.
Thank you so much. Abdullah Rahman, is it? I think I'm right. Abdullah Rahman, proceed.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I want to thank you, Cyprian, for the platform. I also want to thank patriots that throughout this struggle have given us their platforms and the audience and the massive following that they enjoy. I want to mention in a very special way, can see my sister Madge is down here, Francis Kaido. There is the MCP Peter, there is Amerix, and there is Kibe, I think, and all those others. So I want to thank you, all of you. My sister Kesh, I can see you here, and all those that have used their voices, even when it's an inconvenient thing and when it's uncomfortable. You have worked hard to ensure that we have the voices, the platform to continue our struggle. I support the march to JKIA and the march to Occupy everywhere else for the different people that are located in different parts of the country. and those abroad and all that. I support Ruto must go with everything in me because he has proven that for every opportunity he's gotten, he has killed us. I support that we need to have reforms in our country, and that is why I am suggesting, as much as we want to continue with the protests, we ought also to have, as we are exerting pressure and exerting all we're engaging them in the streets and all the warfare we have in the violent boycott and refusal to civil unrest to ensure that we are listened to. I also asking that we unite the divisions that we have seen and people attacking and counter-attacking each other. We could set aside our differences that we might have been having from the past for the sake of our country, because it is bigger than us, it's bigger than everyone else. So we could ensure that we unite for the next couple of days, because our victory is near. I have already seen it. I have heard it. I feel it within my systems that we are about to win. Let us not listen to divide ourselves. I want to call our bigwigs here, Kina Kimuzi, Maj, Jilani, Cyprian. I can see you guys, though I've mentioned you. I want, as we strategize and have one platform space, if it is going to be hosted by anyone, irrespective of whoever host is a child of Kenya, is a daughter or a son of Kenya, who host a space in which everyone will be in attendance, and we ensure that we divide ourselves into those that are going to be in charge of mobilizing resources for those that are protesting. And also we have intellectuals that are going to ensure we introduce reforms that we want, so that in case we have a chance to implement our reforms constitutionally in forms of law, constitutional amendments and all that. For example, the EACC, we might want to, just for example, I listened to them yesterday in the space held by Mizani saying that they do not have powers to fight corruption. So if we decide to go the constitutional amendment route, we might decide to have those experts that will be engaged in the review of law and the constitution and all that. The other branch that we might need is continuous political education, and so that also when we take over power, we do not repeat the same mistakes that we are accusing the current regimes of. So our plate is full, ladies and gentlemen. I am so excited. I can see victory a few days from now. Let us be each other's brother. Let us be each other's sister. We are countrymen. We are patriots. We are doing this for the love of our motherland. We are doing this because we want to bequeath a better country for those that will come for us. I have had that revolutionaries most of the times do not enjoy the fruits of revolution. So you may be fighting here and you will not be probably even be here when the rest of the people are going to be enjoying the fruits of the revolution. So we are doing this for the country. We are doing this for the love of our motherland. We are tired of seeing other countries progressing and our motherland is stagnated. We are tired of seeing people that do not have not even are not as learned as we are, ruling over us, clueless of how to manage an economy, clueless on how to manage the populations. It's a shame we cannot even feed ourselves, our fellow countrymen, and we have resources. Our motherland has minerals, our motherland has water and favorable climate for agriculture. I am so fired up. I don't want to overtalk, but I feel like the state, the position and the point we are in life, we are about to achieve. Milton and Cyprian, I thank you a lot for the platform and firing us up. Tomorrow we are up. We ensure that we succeed. And when we are done with this, we take another step. We decide now, at this point now, we want to be having into branches in which we are going to subdivide ourselves into respective, and we unite. We temporarily suspend whatever differences exist amongst us. We forge together as a team and we achieve for the sake of our motherland. Kenya is proud. Our ancestors are proud. Our freedom fighters at Fort Mzungu are proud of us. Thank you so much and blessed evening for everyone.
Thank you so much, Abdurrahman. Jelani, you can speak.
Hey guys, thank you so much, Cyprian. Thank you so much, Milton, for this space. I have not spoken in a space in a while because I think every time I join, I want to hear what people have to say. So I want to address a few things, even as we look forward to tomorrow, which I am just very optimistic and hopeful that, tomorrow will be successful. I'm hoping that a lot of you come out. We have done the best that we can to push this on social media, to push tags. I literally wake up in the middle of the night to push a tag or to be on a space, to the extent that my friend Kimuzi was like, "Hey, Jelani, you need to sleep. You've not been sleeping very well. You need to sleep." We have done the best we can on social media. We shall continue to do the same. I really do hope that as many people as possible come out tomorrow. There is a post I did on my Twitter. I will try to find it and retweet it so that y'all can see it. But a guy who is ex-military told me all we need is numbers. If at every given point, at every given protest, we outnumber the police, then we will succeed. 200,000 people, 300K, up to 1 million. So physical presence, physical boots on the ground is so important. So the things I want to address, we need to put our differences aside. I don't freaking care what you feel about somebody and what you think you know about somebody. We need to put that aside because our collective joint enemy right now is William Ruto. He is the one that is destroying our country. He is the one that is looting us dry. He is the one that is killing us. That is who we need to focus on. That is who needs to be our enemy. I'm actually really pissed off about people that want to center individuals and their perceived crimes in this protest. It's not about what Jelani did 100 years ago, or what maybe you think Nyakundi did, or what you think Boni did. That is irrelevant at this point. What is relevant right now is we come together and fight this political outfit. Ruto needs to go. Rigathi needs to go. We need to go back into an election. That's what we need. That is the bottom line. That is the most important thing right now. When we wake up in the morning, that is all we need to be thinking about is how is Ruto going to go home? He has to go. He has to resign. That's number one. Number two, if you can support the movement in any way, if you can give money, if you can give t-shirts, if you can write hashtags, push the hashtags, whatever way you can support the movement, tafadhali, please, let's stop living it to some people. I know all the bigwigs, wallahi, it gets exhausting because you have to push out all this content and hope that people retweet it. And then unakuta bado people are still waiting for you to be on the forefront of fighting for their rights. Like at the end of the day, it gets very, very exhausting. So I need us to come together, whether you have 1 follower, 10 followers, 50, it doesn't freaking matter how many followers you have. We all have to come together and speak in one voice. Otherwise, this is not going to work. It is not, if we do not unite, this is not going to work. I was in a space a while ago and I said, if we do not come together, the amount of trouble and worries and problems we are going to see from William Ruto, we are not going to believe. Listen, what has happened? He said he has dissolved the cabinet. What did he do? Reappoint literally everybody else that he had fired just a couple of weeks ago. He said he has gotten rid of the finance bill. What did Wetangula say today? That they are going to vote on it again. Why are they voting on something that Ruto said a while back that has been kicked out? These people are playing games. They're playing games. They're shifting goalposts. And what we need to do in response is to shift up our gears. We need to increase our efforts. We need to increase our efforts. We need to make sure they're listening. So tomorrow, tafadhali, tafadhali, if you're going out to JKIA, please enda na roho moja. I will support as much as I can. I have supported as much as I can. I will be praying for you. There's a lot of boots on the ground. A lot of people have reached out to me to say they're mobilizing. I commend all of you, everybody that's at the forefront. We are so proud of you. Let us liberate Kenya from the jaws of this very dangerous, awful, greedy, murderous witch doctors who have taken control of our country. The other thing and the final thing that I want to address is tafadhali, please, if you have any information about the missing people, wacha tuache kuingia history ya big wigs, small wigs. That thing is not helping us at all. If you know anybody missing and you're worried that if you put it on your timeline, no one has seen it, please message Cash, message MJ. I've seen MJ is really pushing that. There's a page called Missing Reports KE. Please message that. I had put out a tweet that was supposed to be for Faith, Othiambo, and Irongo. They are yet to get back to me, but I'll follow up with Irongo today, where we need to set up a command center in Gedorai for the missing people. I think we also need to set up one in Rongai. So I would need to receive, if they can share the budget for that with us, and then we could see how to fundraise for that, because I'm not sure that we have access to any other funds unless we fundraise. If they could reach out to us and tell us what this command center would cost to have it up for 3, maybe 4 days, collect the information of anybody that is missing so that we are able to look for them, that would be really, really great. So that now, tuache historia, we are not paying attention to missing people. It's really challenging to be pushing tags, responding to DMs, living your daily life, because I believe everybody has a life outside of Twitter. It's extremely challenging to focus on every single thing that's happening on Twitter. So please, if you reach out to a bigwig and they delay in responding to you, or you feel like you've not been able to get your message across, please don't take it personally. It's not personal. It's not personal. It just sometimes gets very overwhelming. I am so grateful to you, Cyprian and Milton, for giving me this opportunity. Kesho lazima, please, tafadhali, tufinya. We have one opportunity. All of Africa is looking at us. They're looking at us. If we are able to liberate Kenya from all the struggles that we are facing right now, oh my God, Africa is going to follow cause. Uganda, Rwanda, Nigeria, everybody is suffering under this cronies, and we just need to set the pace and make sure that Kenya is liberated. Na tukimaliza, because we are so good at this
Thank
thing,
you, Jelani.
we'll go help our fellow Africans. Asante sana, Milton. Asante sana, Cyprian. I cede the
Thank you,
mic.
Jelani. The guy with the name Hello, the lady with the name Hello, speak. Let's not take more than 2.5 minutes. I want so many people to speak. I don't want this to be like those other spaces where the selected few speak, as if there's a discriminatory thing. So, Hello, go ahead.
Hello, thank you, Cyprian and Milton, for giving me this opportunity. What I will talk about is kesho. There is so many people. There are some individuals who wanna host spaces kesho from 8 wanafika mpaka 4 wakijaribu kudivide the hands of people, so the minds of people. So tomorrow there is no hakuna mambo ya spaces. What you'll do is there was a time when just imagine we are going what the Maumaus wanaenda kufight the battle, then kuna some individuals who are trying to act smart, like the 54 millions of us are mad. They wanaanza kuuliza what are we doing, what are we going to do, why is the document that we are going to give the Mzungus to tell them this is what we want? I thought that we, as the Mamaus, you want the Mzungu to leave. There is no document that we are giving them. We want them to leave. That is why we have, in one voice, we are going out there to fight. The same way with tomorrow. There is nobody who should create a space telling us, oh, you should think about this, should think about this. We have been thinking about this for so long. We are jobless. The jobs that we were doing, they have destroyed them because they wanted to overtax them. That is why we are out there. We have been thinking about this for a long time. So there is no document that we are giving them. We want them to leave. And we have made up our minds that we are going to occupy JKIA until they leave. So tomorrow, hakuna mtu anastahili kutuambia, oh, think about this, think about this. We have thought about it. You are not the smartest guy in the room. We are all educated people. young men and women who have analyzed the situation, and tumeona there is no way that this man is going to take us forward unless we want to act like sheep who don't have hands. Thank you. I will not take a lot of time.
Thank you
Tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
One thing.
Thank you so much. African Unity and Progressive, you've been here for long. Speak your mind out.
Hello. Hi guys, can you hear me?
Proceed. Everything is okay here.
Thank you so much, Asante. Yo, mimi yangu ni sio mengi man. Me, I just want to say there's something about Ruto. That guy, there's something in the womb. He's mad. He's just old, and because the records are there. This guy has been fighting with Raila through time, for this freedom of speech, and now he forgets. Now he thinks he's I don't know what to say, but all I can say is we are dealing with people in government who are not normal. They're not right mentally. All of them. There's no one special. My name is Love Modiambo, but I do not see anyone right now. These guys can fool you. They'll fool you. Tomorrow, next year, you'll find that the guy is in a different position based on where his position, and where his interests are. And it's quite unfortunate that all this has to happen at the cost of interests. No one is looking at why do we have to make Kenya better? Why do you have to fight for the next generation? Well, they are very stingy. They're fuckers. You know what I mean? To us, man. Retards. By the end of the day, Mungu alali. They are the same God they go and pray in churches for, and they pretend they feel like they're doing good in front of God. God is always there. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing. He will not make a dynasty. There's no way he can do so. He's already tarnished anything he's doing. And I'm saddened by, sorry to say, Francis, the guy who just spoke a few minutes ago. I've never come across him, but yeah, hearing him say about on the 25th of June about guys going back home. Bruh, well, why were you? You get me? Like, that's instigation in the sense whereby being still a politician, and sadly you see in his profile he's going for the Embakasi seat or whatever he's doing. But those are not words you spew in terms of when the movement is going on. I'm disappointed, I'm angered, but at the end of the day, guys, we will not lose. God is with us. God is with us. The power is with us. Thank you so much. Those are all the words I have to say, and God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Asante.
Relax. I think this Kinkai guy has been here for a while. Let the guy talk.
Hey, good evening, guys. I hope I'm audible.
Go ahead. When you're given a chance
just
to proceed.
Thank you, Cyprian. Thank you, Milton, for this opportunity. And what I'll just want to tell you guys, I think you've seen what the government is coming back to. You've seen what the president has called this movement to be. You've seen likes of Akina Osoro. You've seen the whole thing coming back. It's like they thought this movement has died. So I like how it's been about JKIA from the time we started pushing this thing. This time round, there's been no diversionary, despite the fact we saw it in the morning, guys trying to divert our attention from the main agenda, just like we did on 25th, and we said that we are occupying parliament. Let us push this, let us go out there, let us occupy the JKIA, and tomorrow, guys, let's have our phones, let's have our cameras. Take if you see any plainclothes police cops, if you see anyone being arrested and you are in a position to take the videos, kindly do it. As much as this movement is concerned, I'm so happy. This is the only time that we can save our country. This is not about us. This is about our generations to come. And guys, let me tell you, if this guy is going to come back and take over, guys, we are in for a big shit. Huyu jamani ule mse atatumaliza kabisa, and he is not going to give a fuck about it. So guys, tujitokeze kesho. About guns, ukiona mse hapo hivyo si wasewe, maybe if you are, I don't want to bring in this issue of big wig or small wig, but if you think like maybe your information cannot reach a bigger audience, you can reach out to a big wig like Jelani has said. You can reach out to the likes of MJ, likes of Nyakundi, likes of Milton. You can tag them. You can tag them. You can inbox them so that this thing goes viral. I love the spirit, guys. Let's keep pushing.
Thank you.
Let's do this. We will not have any other chance. Thank you, Milton.
Thank you, Kai. Owala, you can speak. You've been here for some time.
Thank you so much for this space. I've really been waiting for this chance. I will be very straight to the point. One, the way forward is Ruto must go. And why does Ruto have to go? Because our call is for good governance. And we all know as we speak that Ruto and good governance are mutually exclusive. These are things that cannot coexist. So Ruto has to resign. The Constitution provides for the president to resign, so nobody should tell us that we are going to unconstitutional measures. The Constitution does not say that the resignation has to be voluntary. We can push him to resign. The bottom line is once he resigns, we can proceed with our country and have other presidents who can actually do what we want. Next, his call for peace, Ruto calling for peace, is inconsequential. Why is it inconsequential? Because Kenyans, we have peace. We are very peaceful. What we want is justice. And we realize that justice cannot be with Ruto in the same sentence. So he has to go. Tomorrow, let us come out in large numbers. Our security is in numbers. This has been reiterated by a lot of people. Let us come out in large numbers. The moment we are out there in large numbers, we will overwhelm these people and we will be at JKIA. And I agree with what Gaito said earlier. Let us occupy this time. It's not time to visit like we've been visiting places and going back home. Let us occupy because we want something. And let us ensure that before we leave the battleground, we have whatever we have. If unfortunately some of us, it's a revolution, so definitely it can't be bloodless. If some of us remain there, if I remain there, I have no regrets and nobody should have any regrets about this because we are all adults and we know what we want. This is the only chance we have to get good governance and we have to take it. I am done. Tupatane kesho JKIA.
Thank you so much, Owala. I'll go to Stephen before I move to the lady Maj. It's called Maj Ralph. So let's go to Stephen. Stephen, you can talk. You've been here for some time.
Good evening, Cyprian, Milton. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Mine is to tell everyone that it's upon us to deliver this country. Ruto, we gave him a chance, or he was given a chance. This has been 2 years of complete looting. He brought ministers who became billionaires, gave us fake fertilizers, and the parliament of dogs went ahead and sanitized. So we have not trust in that parliament, we have not trust in the presidency, because he has even gone ahead and stirred the water by bringing again people like Chill, people that somebody goes in UK and says, I gave money to Chill. He is convicted in UK. In Kenya, he is still being appointed and appointed. We are fed up. We want clean governance. And none of these politicians, old, because all of them are cousins. Either they have dipped into those pockets and taken our money. We are fed up. We need a clean start for this country. Thank you so much. Tuko pamoja sana. Tupatane.
Thank you.
I know there are so many people on the queue. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Maj, you can proceed. Let it not be more than 2.5 minutes so that others speak. I don't want it to be like those are the biased spaces where people don't get chances to speak.
Thank you so much. I hope I'm clear. I just want to be very brief because people have spoken a lot. I want to point out just a few things. Point number one is the misinformation that's going on online. And so there are people who come up and actually present, information and say, this happened, but others tend to dismiss them without giving counter evidence. At this point, I would like to point out that days ago, Miguna talked about people being murdered and cremated. So far, people have told him that he's lying, but nobody has presented evidence against what he's saying. So yesterday in the space, somebody also confronted him with that, and he said, everyone who feels they have a different information, they should really bring it. And I think this is important because if we dismiss without evidence, we risk even losing lives out there, but people will not be knowing what's going on. Point number two is about the missing people. Of course, I saw that Gilani has talked about it, but I've been receiving also a lot of information about people who are missing. And so my point is that there's no coordination. We need to have that. Point number three is manipulation that even the politicians are doing while they use the Constitution. I'm going to point at Article 146 of the Constitution that actually tells us what happens when the office of the president is vacant. Obviously, the first point is that the VP, the deputy president, takes over. And that is a fact, whether this deputy comes from Mount Kenya or not. But we find that some opposition politicians are trying to use it and say the mountain is doing that. No, that's a division. That's the fact how the constitution is, whether the deputy would come from Mount Kenya or, let's say, Mount Elgon. But again, for those who are asking for Ruto to resign, be aware that if only Ruto resigns, the deputy president actually takes over until the end of the term. So if you want both of them to go, you should be calling for both of them to go. That is when Wetangula will take over and call for elections after 60 days. So that's clear. Let me rush to the next point. Yeah, the next point is about...
Can you summarize?
Yes, I'm summarizing. I had questions from people on the ground, and they were saying they were attacked by police in Nakuru, and they felt like arming themselves. I want to really tell the population they are not to arm themselves against the police, because you're going to be giving them power to oppress you further. And the last point is about another person who asked us if they could occupy private businesses. I would like to really call against this, because this is going to cause a lot of divisions. We're not fighting our own citizens. We are really fighting for the good of the citizens. So that having been said, I thank you so much, and just like to tell you that on Thursday I'm going to be hosting Cherera 4, the ex-commissioners. So if you have questions for them, you can come over. Thanks, Cyprian. Thanks, Milton, and thanks everyone for the opportunity. And when you go out there, stay within the laws and don't make yourself a target.
Thank you, Maj. I saw Wilson Ogweno here. I don't know where he has disappeared to. I think Daktari can speak.
Okay, thank you so much. Nitajaribu kubonga fast na nitabonga pia Sheng kidogo. So for those who can't understand Sheng kidogo, I'll try to explain, but I'll be fast and brief. Bro, I'm a businessman Gikomba. And just summary, bro. Tangu Ruto akam kwa kiti. I'll just be brief, bro. Niko na hasira more by the I don't know. I can punch this phone. I can fuck everything. Fuck business. Fuck the government. I just don't know what to say, but I will summary. Before Ruto comes to be a president, bail was costing her 6,000 shillings. Right now, if you go to buy a pair of shoes, it will cost you 15,000 shillings, double the price. The bail that used to cost 18,000 shillings is costing 25,000 shillings. For right now, you cannot buy one pair to go and sell. You cannot buy 2 pairs and go and sell. Things are tough, bro. The businesses are closing down. The rent are getting high. Ikomba is burning, and people are buying the lands to set up a building whereby people, they want people to go there and pay rent. How are you going to pay a rent of 40,000 and you sell Crocs? What the fuck are you telling me? You want me to pay a rent of 40,000 shillings and I'm selling Crocs at an open air market? Bro, That's a fucking shit. That's one. Two, about abductions, bro. My friend Clinton was abducted on Tuesday, right? As he was demonstrating. He was taken to court on Friday. He was denied cash bail. He's now there at industrial area. People are working hard to, I always go there to check on him, 1 to 3, but he has been told until we have another court. But I think people are trying to go to some lawyers to LSK, are trying to go there and get some help. About occupying JKIA, bro. Guys, this is the time. Don't sleep. Don't sleep, guys, bro.
Doctor, you seem to be losing you. Your internet isn't stable. I'll not remove you as a speaker. I'll wait for you to come back so that you can complete your statement. In the meantime, Honorable Wilson, proceed. Wilson, if he's not getting me clearly, then...
Can I continue?
Daktari.
Yeah?
Your internet is having an issue. Try and proceed so that I can hear it on this side.
Okay, are you getting me?
Your network is having a problem, so that's another issue. Achieng, you can proceed.
Hi, Milton. I'll be short and thank you for the opportunity. First of all, I have one point, but I just want to corroborate what Daktari has said. Tangu Ruto ingie kwa kiti, biashara imekuwa ngumu. Personally, I'm a business, I'm an entrepreneur, niko na duka hapo Moi Avenue. Clearing has become problematic. Logistics companies are closing down. They can't afford the taxes they're paying. They're being asked for, we can't afford also to pay what they're asking for, and then to bado tununue mizigo, dollar rate, rent, as in things are just becoming too thick. Number two, Marge spoke and she said that when we say Ruto must go, it's like we're fronting Gachagua. No, I just want to corroborate her. I don't think when we say Ruto must go, we mean that Gachagua should remain. When Ruto must go, anaenda na Gachagua yake, and if we feel competent enough in the speaker to hold the election, sure. But what people don't know, the government is made up of 3 arms, the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. Our CJ is a president, by the way. I'll just leave it out there. And what's my point of the day? There are these abductions and everything. My mom actually told me to bring this out to you guys. Mkiona wenzenyu anabebwa wako na plain clothes, let's rally together and stop that. You know, if you have 10 people and 2 people are trying to abduct somebody, we can clearly overpower them, and you ask, why are you taking somebody? But if people are being abducted and tunaangalia, tuna watch and tuna record and then we put it to Twitter, it's more detrimental. If tunaweza kuwa na hiyo spirit ya sisi kwa sisi, ukiona mtu amekujiwa pia nyinyi mnakujia, mnatetea mtu wenyu, the power of the numbers. That's all I just want to say. Don't see somebody being abducted and you just watch. Let's move in groups and let's turn out in big numbers. That's all I'd want to say.
Thank you so much, Achieng. And guys, let's not leave anyone behind. Whenever we get a chance, when someone is being taken away, let's shout. I saw someone being abducted in town and people were shouting. They threw the car with stones and the guy was left. Yeah? The only people who should be abducted are terrorists. We are not terrorists. This country belongs to us. Hii nchi ni yetu. We are the shareholders. Leave alone the Gashagua's stupid speeches. Fuck him. Honorable Wilson, go ahead.
Milton, can I just interject 1 minute? And guys, historically, this is what helped South Africa. South Africa, when people were being taken away, the only thing that helped them in their movement is they stood for each other. If you see somebody being abducted, if you see somebody being beaten, you come up and you stand up with that person because we are together in this. Ukiacha mtu watatu cremate. The cremation thing is also a thing. Let's not dispute rumors without facts. Okay, that's all.
Exactly. Before Wilson proceeds, I want to say this. You guys, if you stop this, these guys will start picking you one by one. They'll kill all of you. Yeah, that is it. Proceed, Wilson.
Thank you so much, Milton.
Thank you so much, Nyakundi, and everyone that is in this platform. I'm kind of pissed off. I want to start by, for example, what happened the other day on Thursday. There's this gentleman who was running against the police. Police was going the other direction, he was going the other direction. Then the gentleman was shot at the head. I don't know whether it was the tear gas canister or the live bullet. And other protesters were just passing by. They were like assuming that's very, very wrong. That's very, very bad. Let's be our brother's keeper when we are out there on the streets. Let's make sure always at all cost we are brother's keeper. For example, you see somebody, you can easily notice that this is a suspicious person, meaning is a police officer in a plain cloth. These people, you should do away with them. If we are not with them, then they should not be with us. Because whatever we are doing, we are not only doing it for ourselves, but for the entire nation. Now, we have those who always thinking about their stomach. A good example is somebody called John Buddy. In a time like this, people should come together for the betterment of the nation. But if you hear how this very crook guy is speaking, he's not thinking about himself. He's not thinking about the Kenya we live in. He's not thinking about anybody. But he's thinking about only something called stupidity. Because there's a times we put all our differences together to work towards the achievement of our good will of the nation. The guy just wants for his stomach. Why? My friend, if you know what is right, if you don't act, they'll give you something that is wrong, and that thing will oppress you. For the first time in the history, we are having a very, very important and comprehensive issues that we are settling as a nation, as a country, especially what is coming forth tomorrow. JK is the best place to attack, and we are not attacking. We are taking over. Taking over, meaning you are taking back what is rightfully belongs to you, not what belongs to them. What belongs to you. We gave the presidency an opportunity to lead this nation, but it seems that the presidency, not leave alone Ruto might also be under pressure that he may not be able to control. It's the presidency that we are talking about. The presidency, we are talking about the Kachagwa, the Nancy, and all those taka. Because they have been overwhelmed. They don't know what to do it, how to do it, because if these are the people that even if you sit with them, you give them advice, the moment you leave, that thing dismisses. It sublimes to appear somewhere else, you see? Meaning you can never help them. I've seen these people, we've sat together, we've given different ideas, but they don't reenact on them. Oh, the JKI once again. For those who are coming from Olongo, Kitegel, and all those areas, you have a better chance because you do not only need to come through the JKA gates, no. You come through the Syokimau, the Katani area, you can spill like rain. For those who are coming from Kayole, or Embakasi, the entire, how do we call it, Kasarani, you don't need to go all the way. You can just spill it. You'll go because you have that power. You'll go. For those who are coming, my brethren, from Pipeline, and those who are coming from Tao and all those areas, my friend, you don't need any gate. It's you to make that gate. If you don't make that gate, no one will come and make for you that gate. My brethren, let's be our brother's keeper and do what somebody somewhere will always live to regret. That I knew because I got an opportunity to rectify this, but I did not. There's something called procrastination. Is a thief of time. Let that not be our case. Our case is totally different. We are the young generation, and it's upon the young generation to take control over this nation. My friend, don't be this. My friend, if you know what is rightfully yours, you don't beg. For example, my boys have never come and beg for me for anything. They command. Then why do you want to beg? You don't need to beg. Say what is rightfully yours is yours. I know a good number of my guys here.
Some of them are presidential advisors, some of them in the presidency. On my friend, you are the main problem of this nation, because you are always like, thank you, sir, or affirmative, sir, thank you, sir, affirmative, sir. My friend, have that mouth to say no when it is no, and say yes when it is yes. Why do you have to say no when you know it's yes? Then why do you have to say yes when it is no? You are killing yourself and your generation, and you'll live to regret this day. So kindly, please, guys, you know what you want. I don't know what you
Thank you
want,
so much.
but I know what you
Thank you
want.
so much, Brother
Thank you
Wilson.
so much, Milton, and everyone. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Let's meet tomorrow.
Ekoroi blog.
Thank you very much, Nyakundi, for organizing this space. This is a Koroi blog. Also, thank you, Milton, too, for agreeing to co-host this. You're doing very important thing for the nation. I'm going to talk about why tomorrow is important, and I'm going to talk about this from the lens of public sector impunity that has emboldened corruption in the private sector that has pressed use for too long. Take, for example, man will be to address a common enemy, and I think this is the time, tomorrow is the time that youth, I've been told always that they can create jobs, they can be entrepreneurs. Yet, there are so many blocks, there are so many roadblocks that are put on their path towards achieving this. But I want just to target one company, the company that you know that actually also try to stifle your protest and our protest and our liberation. This is Safaricom, the rogue telco. I hope and strongly believe we will be successful in our effort to rid ourselves of corruption, Kenya politicians, and in turn also clean the private sector. Why do I say this? Like about 2015, Safaricom actually launched a Zindua portal, ostensibly to get creative tech ideas from the youth, promising them partnerships. However, we fast forward to 2020, things had gone south, and as it emerged that Safaricom had stolen all the good intellectual properties. And what is intellectual property? This actually, according to the WIPO website, it says that these are creation of the mind, such as invention, literary and artistic work, design and symbols, names and images used in the commerce. So an intellectual property is supposed to earn you something. But then Safaricom, having reached intellectual or creative monopoles, just launched in 2015 a Zindua portal where people were supposed to send their creative ideas, but then when they sent, it was stolen. But I don't say that all the creative ideas are actually intellectual property. I just narrowed to around 3 that were actually big, and they were done by the youth, and they would have created a lot of jobs for the youths in this country. But Safaricom, as a stifler of innovation in this country, has continued to also threaten this youth. I have evidence of also being threatened for talking about this, and this today is where I'm actually even talking about publicly. One of the most promising intellectual property was by this guy known as Anyona Obutu. Actually went to Safaricom and made the one that actually now you have where, yes.
Oh, proceed. You are having a network issue, but proceed.
Sorry, I'll move.
Conclude.
For me,
and other people to talk.
Yeah, I'm concluding. So maybe I'll make it short. So Safaricom stole some very good intellectual property, like for this one that you now have, that somebody cannot register a number with your ID, and it will bring a alert on your phone that is on, and then you'll refuse or agree. So this was something that was done by Anyona Obutu, and then after about 8 months of having presented Safaricom, we are but after Anyona went to complain, there was a DCI poster, wanted by DCI poster, that was created for him, a fake one actually. So you see, Safaricom stifling innovation of the youth, stealing them, that was just one. And then threatening threatening him actually with a wanted by the same poster that was fake. I'll talk about that much, but I was also threatened for exposing these things on the blog, and the other one is there was this M-Pesa iTab. It was also stolen. M-Shwari, if you go back, it was also stolen. There are many more that have been covered on that blog. So when the youth actually go out tomorrow, you're not going actually to fight only government impunity. It's the government impunity that has emboldened the Safaricom and the other private sector. Actually, Safaricom, Kenya Bankers, Equity Cooperative, all these guys, they have blood on their hands. They stifle innovation. Youth lack job. Then they stand in forums and say, you can be entrepreneurs, and yet they put roadblocks, and then they threaten us with police, and then they track us, and then they kidnap us and kill us. Shame on them. We want a good country. So tomorrow, go out and protest to have your country back. If you kill the public sector impunity, the private sector will actually align and actually do the right thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Simply fuck Safaricom. They are avoiding a lot of. So let's go to Leroy. Leroy, you've been here for a while. Speak, guys. Let's at least keep time. Hii kama zile zingine wenye watu wengine ndo wanaongea. I want people to talk. So many people. So 2 minutes unajitoa. Panga point zako before nikupee time. Ndio usianze I think, I want, Leroy, proceed.
Thank you, Milton. Thank you, Cyprian, as well for hosting this space. First of all, condolences to our fallen comrades, to their families, their loved ones. You know, we won't forget them at the end of this. For me, I think it's good to first of all say that I'm a millennial, and I feel like the millennials have really let the Gen Zs down, especially when it comes to this particular protest. I think there's so much that we can do in terms of support. And also maybe for those millennials who are corporates, I think most people fear that they might be victimized in one way or another, even end up losing their jobs. But I'm hoping that that we can see Gen Zs are losing their lives, losing your jobs over speaking up when it comes to a government that has failed us should be top of the priority. And even the different corporates should be able to embrace, because we are speaking up. They have different speak up policies, and yet this is the ultimate one when it comes to calling out our government. So for me, I think millennials, especially those ones who are in corporate, please kindly ensure that people are able to participate in this protest in one way or another, even if it's just encouraging them to walk out and to join the people on the streets. So for me, those are just my points, and Viva, and I hope we see a better Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leroy, for keeping time. I wish everyone could do this. Edwin, speak no more than 2 minutes, brother, please.
Thank you, Hero. Thank you, Cyprian, for giving me this a chance to just give a quick rejoinder to Ruto. And I want to call all of us to join on this struggle, because this is our time to liberate this nation. Ruto thinks that he has given us a lot of time, but we also think that we have given him a lot of time. Out of this, he has just wasted our time. He has just remained arrogant and is calling in for violence, and which we will show him tomorrow. We want to dance the last tune now, so that he can know that the people really have power. We will bring everything to stand still tomorrow. Our roads, everything, like hata hizo biashara zisifunguliwe. We want just to show this man like he's just a man like any other. Equally, we have other men who can lead better than him. We will show him this tomorrow. And I call all of you, don't give up. Let us show up in numbers. Let us call off this government. Let them go home, because we don't have time for them. They have wasted us. They have stolen from us. and we cannot wait to take back what they have taken from us. We send them home and then we start taking out what they have taken from us. So therefore, let us all join together. Let us fight for this. Let us fight for a better future. From tomorrow, I believe we shall now start seeing the fruits of our independence, where we have quality education, we'll have those better doctors attending to us, we have those better roads. I mean, all these things we have been denied. Like we are being told, like there is not enough to give us all these things, and we feel that this government has taken more than enough from us so that we can enjoy those things. Like they are taking more, they are stealing from us, and then they cannot provide even any essential service to us. Then again, they are the people turning arrogant to us. Haitakuwa the same. Haitakuwa the same. Let me just wait for tomorrow. I don't know what I will
Thank
do.
you so much, Edwin.
Yeah, let me wait tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Edwin. I go to Isaiah. Isaiah, if you're ready to speak, go ahead. I think he's not ready to speak. Terminator, go ahead.
Ni aje wasee, ni step hapa but natumia jina Terminator pia. Mimi naongea from Kayole karibu na Miango. Kwa hiyo river inakuwaga na huko chini. Nafanya job ya garbage collection. Na msenge Ruto tulimkampenia asubuhi, mchana na usiku time ya campaign. Wakatu promise wagon. Kwa wenye wajui wagon ni mikokoteni hizi za chuma hizi. Wakatu promise hadi wale hatujaiona kitu. So kuna venye tunashuku kuna corruption kaliingililia hapa katikati tujapata wagon zetu. So si huku chini huku down hivi wase wamejam, wase wako na tension, wase wameamua kesho ni maandamano, tumejikusanya. Kuna wase wako na ndudhi, kuna wase watatembea hadi huko, unajua huku Kayole Mihango na huko si mbali na JKIA si mbali. So wase wameamua kesho mtokee maandamano, msiogope. Kama mtu wako area anaogopa, ani inbox tunaweza organize, tumejikusanya na union yetu ya wase wa garbage. Kesho tunafika maandamano. Ruto must go and the time is now. Vijana tumeamua, kama mimi ni millennial, ex Gen Z, but niko na mbogi yangu ama Gen Z pia huku, wanajua kenye kinaendelea, wamepata story ya minerals, wase wamejaa mbaya sana. So nafikiri hii ni awakening, hakuna mtu anafaa kuachwa nyuma. Juu ni future ya watoi wetu, hii ni future yetu, na tuelezee pia maparo zetu home wajue kenye kinaendelea Kenya. Hii political class wametubeba ufala for long, na inafaa wajue tumeamka na tumefunguka macho. Na kesho please usibaki nyuma. Kama wewe ni kijana, kama unajali kuhusu Kenya, please tokea maandamano. Mimi sina mengi, ni hayo tu. Thanks mazee for this chance. Haikuwagi rahisi kupatiwa mic kwa space, but nashukuru sana.
You're welcome, Terminator. Hapa hakuna ubaguzi yoyote. You're welcome any day. Let's go to Elvis Tom. Speak. If you can't get us clearly, Eric Kahiga or Kahindi, speak. Elvis, not Elvis, I mean Eric. Can you speak? I'm not able to hear you. Eric, I think your side has a problem, so I'll give you time later on. Jakadem, speak. I don't know. Sylvia, you can speak.
I think I'm audible. Okay, I just want to talk to Kenyans. We need to know that the world is shaking because of us. We are shaking the world, and all the eyes of the world are looking at us. And one thing I'm sure is we're going to deliver tomorrow. We also need to understand that the West is trembling because we are the one who are making them the way they are today because of our resources. And they're trying their best to stop us tomorrow, but it's not possible for them to stop us. I know that. We need to also understand that revolution is coming to Africa and it had to start in Kenya. So I can promise this, that to overcome, you will see how Africa is going to kila mtu ataenda pick up to chase these politicians away. It will go to Nigeria, Tanzania, and all other places. Another thing is kama mlikuwa mmesikia jana Amerix Eric Omondi akiongea hapo kwa Amerix, kwa space ya Amerix, akisema we have a lot to do, and it is true. We need to scrub the 47 counties. Cyprian and Milton, tukimaliza history ya kesho ya JKA, we need to come back again and fix the nation the way we want it. Yani tukuje tutengeneze Kenya yenye sisi tunataka. Tunataka hiyo story ya 47 counties ishukishwe to 8 counties. Ndio hao magovernors washukishwe, masisi waende, women rep waende, hao wote waende. Pia ningependa tu kuomba people in diaspora like me, I wish that you can give us a platform whereby